Yeah, so right now it's already 1:30 and we are on our way to our photo walk. We got invited to this photo walk arranged by a couple of Japanese photographers in Yamagata. The thing is, I don't speak any Japanese, so I was kind of hesitant to join. But anyway, right now I have this camera, my Fujifilm, and also I brought with me my Olympus film camera, but it doesn't have any film in it. So before we go to the photo walk, we're gonna buy a couple of films first. So yeah, that's it. Let's go.
A large part of self-discovery, like you didn't know this particular. So I guess we had different origin stories. Yours was more about self-ranting. Staying gives you those opportunities to make those discoveries as well. Yeah, for me.
Hello. Today is Monday. Today I decided to go out and just walk around and take some pictures. It's not so cold. Actually, it's kind of hot today. And I'm by the river. I've only started photography maybe around July. A friend of mine gave me a gift, a present on my birthday, and it was a disposable point and shoot camera. And ever since then, I fell in love with film photography. At first, it scared the hell out of me. The idea of not being able to see the photo that you took immediately, not being able to know if you got the correct exposure, if you took the picture with the correct composition, and all those things. There's so much uncertainty in film photography, and I didn't like that. But the very first time I got copies of pictures from my point and shoot camera, I fell in love with it. I think it was around late August last year when I bought my first ever camera. It was a point and shoot camera. I got it from a camera shop very close to the station. It wasn't even for sale. It was just a display, and they put it on the shelf, the display shelf. When my friend and I asked about it, they told us that it wasn't for sale. We kind of insisted to buy it, and eventually they said that we can buy it for 900 yen. We couldn't tell just by looking at it if it still works. So I had to risk it. It was just 900 yen, so it didn't matter to me. And then, not long after, when I went on a vacation in Iwate, I bought my first ever SLR, which is an Olympus OM2. And also, again, it was sold by the shop, but it was untested. So they didn't know if it worked. You know what? Now that I think about it, yeah, I would say it was a pretty big risk. It turned out that both of the cameras that I bought worked. I was quite lucky. Yeah, ever since I've been using film to take photographs. I'm not that good at it yet. I'm still practicing. I'm still a beginner, but I like the process of learning about stuff. I like the process of being able to learn new things. It teaches you to be patient and at the same time being observant of what's happening around you. Let's go back to the topic of vlogging. I'm not really a vlogger. I don't like taking videos. It's not my thing. But there was one time I was roaming around the city, and I just had this realization that I'm growing old. It's kind of dramatic actually, but yeah, I realized that I was growing old. I caught myself thinking, I wanted to have this space of documentation of my life, of what's been happening around. What is this channel gonna be about? Mostly it's gonna be about my life in Yamagata. I live in like the main city of Yamagata Prefecture, which is Yamagata City, and we have so much things to enjoy and to visit here. And it's not just about those tourist spots like the Ginza Onsen and the Zao Onsen. It's not only about that. Yamagata is a place of good people. I've been living in Yamagata for approximately 5 years. There was once between those years that I decided to go back to Tokyo because of stuff. But I went back here in Yamagata because I realized that I really like this place. And I really like my work. I like my job. I like my company. I like my life here. I've built so many relationships here and friendships, and I want people to see that. There's so much things that I do in my free time. Before photography, I already was doing art. Primarily, I was expressing myself through painting and illustration. I was thinking of documenting my process through vlogging. Yeah, I just want to document my process, my creative process on so many things. And I realized that in a place like Yamagata, where you don't have so much options on where to go and where to spend your time, you have to have something to do. And personally, for me, it's photography, it's drawing, it's writing, it's art. And I get inspired by so many things. I get inspiration from many things. And, you know, maybe someday, one day, I'll be able to inspire one of you. And that's one of the many goals of my art and why I'm doing my art is to be able to inspire at least one person. In a while, I have to go to a coffee shop and do some work. There's a coffee shop quite close from here, and I just couldn't work at home. I have to edit some photos. I have to read some articles because I'm writing this paper about inequalities. I'm actually quite glad that I went out today and I spent time talking to you. Because right now, I'm starting to loosen up already. It makes me less shy to be able to talk in front of the camera while other people are just walking around and jogging and fishing. Yeah, so I'll see you. Thanks.